Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my broadcast today. It is day 335 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. If this is your first time checking out one of my broadcasts, a little bit about me. My name's Jonathan. I'm married. We have 4 children, and I've been overweight my whole life. And last year, it really got to a point where I knew I needed to do something. And that's when I created this challenge that I put in front of myself, with the 2 main things being that I need to stick with it or do something or focus on my health for 3 years. And the other was that I needed to lose a lot more weight than I had ever committed to. And so that's why I challenged myself to lose 300 pounds in that time. I don't know. I kind of screwed up my the loading up. It's the second time I've ever done it. I'm always tempted that when I start the stream, I start it and I have an image up and I have to close that image down to kind of start my stream. And there's a big red button on the bottom that says end stream, that for whatever reason I get mixed up sometimes, and I hit that end stream, or well, this is the second time that it's happened that I've hit the end stream button. So I kind of had a false start here. I was getting ready to go and I hit the button to start, and then I actually ended the stream. So anyways, the title of the stream: are plants killing me? No, plants are not killing me, but some plants are trying to kill me, and that is the poison ivy that I touched this past week. I started to have some rashes on my forearm on Sunday, or I guess Monday, shortly after I had been exposed to the poison ivy. I was doing some yard work, and then I continued to have little places where I started to notice that it was starting to get itchy. Mainly my face, my cheek right here has a lot of kind of swelling or redness right there, and behind my ear as well. I think I talked about this, and just some other spots on my legs as well that I must have touched that after, or touched those things after I had touched the poison ivy from the branches that I cut down. And so today I went and I bought some cream. I got this from Walgreens, not sponsored, but Ivarest, supposed to be a good cream. There was a few different options for creams or soaps and different things. That seemed to be the most reasonable priced one, or for what you got, it seemed reasonably priced. There was a very expensive option that I did not purchase, but it made me curious as to what made that so much better, that it was more. Maybe it was a more concentrated thing and it just appeared to be less of medicine, but it was definitely a lot more expensive than all the other options. So I went with that. I kind of put it on my spots liberally, and let it dry. My forearm is, you probably can't see it, but my forearm has got like a pink hue to it because I just kind of left a bunch of it on there, just kind of caked on. Hopefully it dries it out or does what it's supposed to do. And the itching goes away and the irritation of it goes away, and I don't keep scratching or trying to scratch. The worst is like sleeping, and trying to sleep but also have relief at the same time. And actually just put some on my wrist, just to, I don't know, because it was itching, and it burns a little bit, especially in the spots where I had itched too much. And there's a little bit of an open sore, but right where my watch is, it's really been bugging me, and it's almost tempted me to not wear my watch, but I'll suffer through. I'll figure it out. It's annoying because I I've played in the woods and played outside a lot when I was younger, and it just didn't seem to ever get exposed to poison ivy or ever get it that bad. And I definitely got it, bad enough for me now. Bad enough that I went and got some medicine for it. So anyways, that was yeah, very annoying part of my last day has just been dealing with that and where figuring out what I was gonna do. Um let's see. I do have a non-scale victory, and it's actually the shirt I'm wearing. I'm not able to really show it off very well. It is a work shirt. But the difference about this work shirt is that one of my long sleeve ones, I stretched the sleeve, way out by putting it up at my elbows. But the reason why I would say that this shirt is a non-scale victory, because it's not the size of the shirt, because I have been wearing 4X shirts, and most of the shirts I wear are 3X shirts. But why this is a non-scale victory for me is because of how these shirts fit me as kind of I gained weight, or just kind of as I'm built. I have 4X t-shirts that I've been wearing for a while that I kind of I wore them till I got too big for them, and I talked about that a little bit. But the thing about the long sleeve is that they were cut differently, or there was something about the long sleeve shirts that we got from our vendor that the torso of them didn't seem to be as long as the torso of the 4XL short sleeve shirts. So I grew out of these shirts sooner than I grew out of the 4XL regular t-shirts. And now this shirt actually fits me, and it's probably too big overall. It's yeah, it's definitely probably too big, but it was kind of, so, but it's getting to that time of year where I'd like to wear long sleeve shirts, or I'm gonna start wearing long sleeve shirts. I'm sure that the weather or temperature outside right now doesn't yeah, it's like 84 degrees, so I wouldn't normally wear a long sleeve shirt, but in the mornings it's getting kind of cold, overnights. The last week it got real cold, like into the upper 40s, but this week I think it's going to be a little bit higher than that. But yeah, it was nice to be able to put this shirt on and have it fit, and kind of everything is comfortable with the shirt itself. All right. I'm getting ready or I'm gonna do another Foz feast tomorrow until I can think of a better thing to call it, or that's what I'm gonna call them. And I'm gonna go to the vegan restaurant that is in our town again tomorrow. I had posted some photos in the Discord, and if you want to join our Discord, there's a link to that down in the description below. It'll be active for about a week. So if you're watching this later and you're interested, just find a more recent video, and there should be a link to it. But I posted some photos of their menu items, kind of asking you guys whether or not you think I should do a breakfast or a lunch thing from there. And you guys can, answer on this video too, if you're watching this tonight, if I should do a breakfast items or if I should do lunch. I am leaning towards doing lunch items. They have a lot more options for lunch items, and I'm kind of interested in trying those as well. But so I'm gonna be doing that tomorrow, and eating something from there. And so I'm getting excited about doing that. I'm really excited about how the last week went, and like for any amount of time, Jennifer, actually Carrie stopped in, said happy Friday. Jennifer says to eat lunch. Okay, Jen says lunch. I'll check out their lunch menu too, because there was a few options. They are doing a deal on their burgers and their pizzas that they do, and both of those sound interesting. I don't know if I'd be down to do a pizza, but I might do a burger if I do lunch, because that might save me $1 or $2. Pizza. Ben says pizza. We'll see. I'll look at the I agree, and leave just a bite of each. Leave carry just a bite of each items. Jen says the answer is always pizza. Always pizza. Yeah. That sounds like a lot of whatever they use for cheese and I'm sure, it's weird because I don't know what to think about it. I used to have, or I feel like it's weird as it is, I felt like that kind of cheese, vegan cheeses was a fake cheese, like highly processed. And really, they're not fake. They're actually a real plant, or they're made from real edible materials. And so I kind of talk about the same thing with soy milk, that I always kind of thought soy milk was fake, or there was something plastic about it, maybe, or not, like that it was full of filler just to give it substance. But it's not the case at all. Like I'm completely wrong about that, or I was completely wrong about that. So I could do both. I could do a pizza and a burger. That would be a lot of food. But yeah, I'll have to figure out what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Because when we were in there a couple months ago or a month ago, we went there with our kids, and they were really talking up their pizzas, like that they really that their pizzas were really good. So we'll have to more to share with Carrie. By the time I got it home after having it here, it would probably get stale and cold. It wouldn't probably be any good. So probably be best if I just ate it all, and she'd have to, she can run in and get a pizza for her and the kids or something, or maybe they can come in and eat here or something like that. Figure it out. Um I'm going nuts. Like, I had my shirts sleeves tucked in up to where my elbow was, and now that I untucked it, like, that crease of my arm is itching a lot, and I know it's from this poison ivy crap, and just super annoying. Um and yeah, that's what's killing me. Those are the plants that are killing me, is the poisonous ones, the poison ivy. That's killing me. Uh the regular plants, that's what's those are the ones that are saving my life. But yeah, I'm getting everything, or I got to get things together to do that, and I have to figure out, it's a little bit of effort for me to set up and do the camera angle that I did. I liked that. I think that I want to do that again, where I have the camera over top of the food, kind of showing what I'm eating. Uh, but it's also the same camera that I use to do the weigh-ins, and I had to. It actually might not be a problem, because I think I'm only going to do the weigh-ins on a month. I'm not going to weigh in again until the 1 year weigh-in, so I can probably tear that down or take it apart, and then um, just use that tripod and set that up for the what I did the other day. Um, I I'm just sitting here trying to think, and I'm just itching these stupid spots all over my body. Um, it's so frustrating. Like, I should have noticed it, or I know which plants it is now that was the problem, and I should have been more careful at the time, but I just was not careful at all, because I was just trying to get the work done. Uh, and so it's just frustrating to even try to do anything else. In fact, I think that's why I got kind of snacky today. I ended up going to the grocery store. Well, I needed to go to Walgreens to get the that Ivarest stuff that I bought, and I figured I would check out the grocery store because it has a small pharmacy area, to see if they had anything. I couldn't find anything there, but uh I figured I would go there and pick up just some snacks here. I ended up picking up some oranges, bought a box of Lara bars, the cherry pie ones. I really like the cherry pie ones. I do. I mean, I like some of the other flavors a lot as well. I know Carrie likes the cinnamon raisin ones, I believe is what they're called. But I really like Lara bars. That's kind of the snack. Like if I want like a really good snack or whatever, really sweet snack, that's what I'll go to. So I bought some Lara bars, bag of oranges, bought some uh unsalted cashews, and man, those are expensive. I didn't even see the price on them. I just grabbed the container, and then when I hit the checkout, I did the self checkout because I only had a couple items. I've been drinking this. I don't think I've talked about that. Here, let me fit the cashews though. I mean, the container is a 9-ounce container of cashews, and it was like $8 for it, and I've pretty much eaten the whole container of it today. That was I had it at my desk and have been snacking on it all day. But Carrie says they're limited edition. I'm not sure. I missed. I missed it. I'm not sure. I don't. Anyways, so I got the cashews. Is that why they're so expensive? Because they're limited edition? Is that what you're saying? Because it's hard to get cashews? Oh, Lara bars. The limited edition, yes. The cinnamon raisin Lara bars are a limited edition. That's what she's saying. Okay. Um, yeah, because I don't see them anywhere, or I didn't see them at the grocery store I went to today. Um, but the hey Will Tunes saying hi. I hope everything's going good for you. The but yeah, I was surprised at the cost of that, and I thought I had the receipt because I was gonna look at it here. Oh yeah, here. But yeah, I went there. I bought the cashews. I bought the oranges, which those are pretty expensive right now. It was like $7 for the bag of oranges. The Lara bars and the drink, and I was gonna show you this. Yeah, I've been really enjoying the some sparkling waters. This one here is the bubbly peach that I bought today. That I've had 2 of those, and I really have been enjoying them. It just gives a little bit of a change to the water. Uh and really overall, I'm not drinking a lot of water outside of from what's in the food that we eat, especially the last couple days, because I feel, I feel like probably because we've had miso, which has got a lot of water in it. And then also I've been eating a lot of oranges because they are tasting really good right now. But Carrie says, "Bring me one. I haven't tried peach." Okay, you bet. I'll try to make sure it makes it that's a long half-hour drive home. I might have to take a few with me just to make sure that I'm able to get home with one for you. Um the But yeah, so I ended up going there, and really the things I bought at the grocery store were kind of expensive overall, but they should last me for a while. I'd been talking about wanting to have oranges in the fridge, and so I got oranges in the fridge. I'm excited, but they're really small, like barely bigger than a golf ball, which is weird because I like them when they're, you know, like a racquetball size, I guess. And they're kind of tough to peel as well, which is annoying when uh I spent so much on them. But they're these Halo Mandarin oranges. Tangerines, you bet. I say oranges, yeah, yes, tangerines. Or Mandarin oranges is what the Halo ones are called. So, um, yeah, I like them. Like I said about size of a racquetball, and I like them when they peel easy. That's why I like them so much. It just it's so funny that's because they are a different thing, but they're than the oranges from when I was a kid. Uh, but how tough it was to peel those, or how you would just quarter them and kind of suck on the quarter of them as opposed to getting the peel off of them and eating the middles. Now I love just taking them and just eating them whole. Just yeah, they're amazing. Um, but yeah, I was surprised. I ended up buying those 4 things. I ended up spending over $25, but the bubbly waters will last a few days. The cashews are pretty much done, so those aren't going to last more than a day. Um, the oranges I'll have for a few days as well. And what was the last thing? The Lara bars. I'll also have those for a few days as well. So really for $27, when I was probably spending almost that just in fast food for a day, before I'd even get home, spending that and having those things that are going to last me a couple days. It's quite a difference, in cost of things, and it's really nice. And you know, those are kind of my favorite snacks too. So that's, you know, kind of the, you know, especially those cashews, you know, there's probably the most calories, and I did eat most of 9 ounces today because what I had next to me. But um overall, I'm sure that it's better than what I used to do. And at this point I'm happy to be, you know, at the weight I'm at, and I'm gonna just keep going the way I'm going and see what happens, because it's been doing pretty good. Oh, I started to say, because the thing about the doing the Foz Feast and having kind of, I'm worried that, you know, what's going to happen to me physically when I do those things, especially adding salt, because I've had such a weird change of mentality about salt. But to go and um, to do that meal like I did last week, I was worried that I was going to have issues with, you know, any reactions to eating those types of things, and then a hard time going back to the diet. And I talked about it earlier this week, but I have not had a hard time going back to the diet. That was not an issue at all. And if I had any type of adverse kind of things, I might have felt like I had some swelling around my ankle, or some of that swelling kind of puffed up a little bit more. But the thing, for as much as I've had that, I've had like this great feeling about like my shoulders and just like the thinness, like, or like my forearms the other day, especially now that I've been, or I guess a little different now that I trying not to itch them, but like they just felt like they were thinner and the bone was more exposed. And like I said, my shoulder bones and like this part of my body just feels like it's more narrow. That and I'm just, I noticed it, I feel like, a lot this week. And I don't know if it's because I made, like, created a swing where I was that kind of, you know, that thin, and then eating that sodium or that salt caused me to balloon up a little bit, and then it's kind of drained from my body. I don't know, I could be making it all up too, I don't know. But I have I have been happy with how I've been feeling the last couple days with that. And uh yeah, just being able to be flexible and to look around my body and to be able to kind of clean things better. It's weird. It's just, you know, it's great. What we got here? You said you started your journey today again. October is going to be your month. Walked 4 miles to work and 4 miles back. Yeah, that's awesome. That's an amazing amount of walking today too. Uh I walked, you know, when I did the sprint triathlon, most of my working out was walking and not running for you know, and I tried to do a 5K each time that I went and worked out, and I had pretty good success. But it was tough to walk that, and that was after losing 180 pounds. So that's awesome that you were able to get, you know, 8 miles worth of walking in today. Because I did one 10K, and that that was rough. I just, yeah, it took a lot to do that. And I was kind of trying to hustle with the first 5K, even though I had 2 high school girls that were hot on my tails as they were just walking and just chatting with each other. I maybe created an additional distance of 200 to 300 yards over the course of 3 miles. So I was not moving very fast, but That's awesome. Congratulations on getting started with your journey again, and awesome doing the walking. I'm just, I, yeah, I'm happy because that's like what I say all the time. You got to get started and just and stick to it. Give yourself, you know, like I feel like I did. Just make it about the time, or make it. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to commit to doing it. Don't let things sidetrack you, and you got to know that it's going to be tough the first few days. It's going to be real tough because there's lots of things that are going to be trying to drag you back to the way you were eating. Just our minds have a hard time with change. So I'm really looking forward to hearing how you do. Um, that's great. Yeah, thank you. That's kind of what my hope is that maybe somebody will see what I'm doing, and it'll help them. So um thank you. Absolutely. uh the Yeah, so with what was I just talking about before I got talking about this? I was talking about, I get distracted and then I just forget what I was talking about, but I knew I was waiting to kind of finish what I was talking about. This weekend, my wife keeps telling me we have a busy weekend. I keep telling her we do not have a busy weekend. We have a difference of opinion about the important things in life and whether or not watching a baseball game and spending that time tonight. We'll see about that. But I'm hoping that tomorrow, after I kind of do the Foz feast, I might do it a little bit later. If I'm going to be doing lunch, I'll have to I might call them and see if I order, especially if I'm going to do a pizza, I'll probably order that ahead of time. If they'll be able to have that done by noon, but I might do that later, Central Time. That's when I did it the last time, was noon Central Time. And I will potentially have to do it later than that. I also got to figure out what was going to make us so busy tomorrow. I'm not sure because I don't want to get in the way of something else that she had planned. Oh, we have a concert she wants to go to in the evening. That's the other big plan that she has this weekend, which is not a big concert. It's like a band playing at a bar that has a big grass field behind it. Got to be social now that I have shed all this weight, Carrie says. I I it wasn't because I was fat that I didn't want to talk to people. It's because I didn't want to talk to people that I didn't want to talk to people. Yes, concert tomorrow evening. Yes. Uh it's uh but just scratching. It's really just frustrating. I just can't stop scratching, and I'm sure I got little spots all over, if I had it under my fingernails or what it was, but um the fact that I have it like here, I have it kind of on my hip too. I must have scratched my skin on my fat roll, I guess you call it. I seem to have a section of it there. I also might have been dragging the tree against that part of my body, um, like when I was dragging the branch that had that growing on it, or the branch that had that, some of it on there. Um, yeah, it's just really frustrating. Anyways, after I do the thing tomorrow, I'm hoping to maybe do something activity wise. I really liked going for that hike with the kids last Saturday after doing the big meal. I felt like it helped with that. So I might try to rope some kids into doing a hike again tomorrow. They're not all excited about it, but you know, it was fun doing it with the little kids. They were definitely, I had to drag them along, or kind of, well, I definitely, I had to entice them or bribe them the whole last half with going and getting a sugary drink, but it got the job done, and they did the walk. So uh maybe they won't complain as much next time, or it'll be easier for them the next time we do it. Who knows? Let's see. But yeah, that's really all I had. Kind of, it's going to be a good weekend. I think that it's going to be nice. I should get out and do yard work. But we'll see what happens with this stupid itching and stuff, and hopefully the medicine helps relieve the scratching and things. I did some kind of research today because I was more I just kind of was real frustrated with it overnight last night. It was really annoying. And so one of the things I thought that I don't think that you can spread it to other people, I guess, from what I read, but you know, you do a Google search and you look at the first answer, you know, maybe it's not the right, but I don't think you can spread it to other people. And apparently you can't really even spread it like around your body, like unless once you clean, like at first, that's how I got it. Like you get the oil on your fingers and then touch things, but after that kind of exposure or whatever, once I washed my hands or got the oil off my hand, you can't really spread it more than that, I guess. So I don't know. That's what I read this morning. Could be wrong. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I will be on tomorrow if anybody wants to check that out, probably between noon or 1 Central Time. If you have any suggestions on what I should eat, you know, you can make a comment down below here. Or the Carrie says, whew, that she doesn't have to worry about it spreading. The kids really was like yesterday, they kept kind of running up and wanting to do stuff. I was like, I don't know. Like I was worried about touching the kids and giving them poison ivy. But I'm worried about touching Carrie and giving her poison ivy too, but not just the kids. But anyways, yeah. And it's about all I had today. Oh, I was going to say, if you have any suggestions on what I should eat, you can leave it in the comments below here. If you want to check out their menu, you can, if you have Discord, you can look at the photos I put up in the Discord that show the different menu items they have. But you know, I'll do that tomorrow. Will, I'm absolutely happy to hear that you've started your diet, and I think that anybody else that's watching this broadcast should join Will in starting their diet right now. There's no reason to put it off. There's nothing coming up that's worth putting, you know, your health in the back seat for. It's something where you have to make drastic changes sometimes, especially when you get to a point like I was at 500 pounds. I had to make some drastic changes, and the sooner I did it, the better it was going to be for me. And when I get to the end of this, I know I'm going to be saying, I wish I would have started sooner because I could have had more years, or could have had a lot more years. But I definitely could have had more time. And this is putting life on the other end. You know, this is adding life to my existence doing this as well. And if I would have started sooner, maybe it would have added even more life on the back end. So get started now. Tell a friend, tell a family member you're doing it. You know, get some support, and be confident that you can do it. You know, confidence is key. That you have to know, or you have to believe that you can do it, because that's when you succeed the most. So I will see you guys tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I will be back live Monday. I appreciate you guys checking out the stream, and we'll talk to you later.